Hello there, and welcome back to the Chap's Guide. Now today I'm going to talk about a subject which perhaps isn't at the top of the sexiness level when it comes to looking your best, but they're important and they save the money in your pocket, and that is shoe trees. Now shoe trees, and I have one here, this is the sort of thing I'm talking about. A typical shoe tree is a really important thing to have, a tool in your wardrobe to use daily, because it can not only save you money, but make the most of the shoes that you have in your collection. So why is that important? Well, let's think about it for a minute. Shoes are some of the most expensive items in any man's wardrobe. They can represent an investment of hundreds of pounds. And in fact, they can be some of the most long-lived items in your wardrobe as well. Because a good pair of leather shoes can, of course, last decades if looked after and conditioned and protected properly. So an investment of a small amount of money in a shoe tree, perhaps for your shoes, even though it might cost 20, 30 pounds or dollars, when weighed up against the investment that you make in those shoes, is a very worthy way of investing some of your money. Particularly when the old saying goes, you know, you should spend as much on your shoes as you do on your suit. And shoe trees make sure that that investment pays off over time. So let's just think about those trusty old shoes for a moment and think about why it's so important to put a pair of shoe trees in your shoes every day when you wear them. So let's think about these shoes, right? These shoes are exposed to the rigors of nature every time we wear them. In the summertime, like today, they're exposed to ultraviolet light. Now, even though it's quite pleasant for us human beings to be exposed to ultraviolet light is an incredibly damaging substance. It breaks down the leather in a pair of shoes, it leaches the colour from the shoes, it dries the shoes, it makes them brittle, and it can be very damaging. So it's important to look after the shoe from ultraviolet. The winter time is arguably even more damaging to a good pair of leather shoes, because in the winter they're exposed to extremes of warm and cold. They're damp an awful lot of the time, they get wet because you'll get rained upon. If you've got a leather-soled pair of shoes, you're walking down the sidewalk, the pavement, they get wet, they absorb the wet. There's the salt which is often put on the road to help motorists, and then that gets on your shoes, and again, coupled with the wet, the rain, the cold, the alternating cold and heat, it really can exaggerate the breakdown to your shoes, and you know, before you know it, you've got a catastrophe on your hands. Now the best way that you can protect your shoes from all of those rigors that we're talking about is to allow them to dry naturally between each wear. And of course in a perfect world, the idea would be not to wear the same pair of shoes every day. The idea would be to take your shoes off, put a pair of shoe trees in them, let them dry naturally away from unnatural heat. Don't put them in front of a fire or next to a heat radiator, so that they can dry in normal ambient heat. That means there's less chance of the leather becoming brittle over time by heating, drying, heating and drying, getting wet, all of these various cycles. Wear a pair of shoes once, let them dry out maybe 1 or 2 days, wear them again. Perfect world. However, we don't all live in a perfect world. Not all of us have got a huge collection of shoes. So the best thing you can do to help your shoe dry naturally is to place a pair of shoe trees within the shoes. Now these undertake a few functions for us. First of all, a pair of shoe trees like this, now these are made of cedar. Cedar is a fantastic wood to use in your shoe trees because it wicks away the dampness and the wet from the shoe. It allows the shoe to dry naturally, and cedar has a pleasing natural smell to it, so that not only does it suck away those unpleasant odours which are left behind inside your shoe because of its wicking properties, but it also imparts some of its own pleasant cedarwood fragrance to your shoe in that process. So that's the reason why cedar is the #1 wood which you should look for when buying a pair of shoe trees. Now I'll leave a link below in the description box to some of the shoe trees that I use myself and I would recommend. All on Amazon, nothing expensive. You know, you'd be paying 20 to 30 pounds for a good pair of cedarwood trees, which potentially will last you an entire lifetime, and they will, they will go from shoe to shoe to shoe. So if you're wearing one pair of shoes, you can dry them out and then move the shoe trees onto another pair of shoes as they get damp. So if you can only stretch to one pair of shoe trees, you can use them to best effect. The second reason that I recommend using shoe trees is because applying a pair of shoe trees to your shoes, a simple act just like that, keeps the shoe in its correct shape. The shoe tree allows the shoe to be formed in the way that it should be. It doesn't allow excessive creasing of the vamp of the shoe, the area at the front where your shoe naturally flexes as your foot flexes in the act of walking. So just that act alone keeps the shoe in its shape and allows it to dry naturally in the shape that you want it to remain in between wears. Now, as I say, cedar probably is the best wood by far to seek out when you're looking for a good pair of shoe trees. They're generally available in the size, so they fit quite snugly, and they make sure that your shoes are kept in the right shape over a period of time so that they don't bend, they don't warp, they don't crease. And of course, in those creased areas, the leather is more likely to become out of condition, dry, dehydrated, and brittle over time. And as I say, cedar is the way to go. Don't be tempted to go down the route of a plastic shoe tree like this. These are readily available. You'll see them in supermarkets. This is a pair from the furniture chain IKEA, and they cost virtually nothing, just a few pounds or dollars for a pair, or you can buy them in multiple pairs. But they don't have anything like the same beneficial qualities that a pair of wooden shoe trees may have. They don't allow the shoe to wick away that moisture using the wood. They don't impart any of the positive qualities like the odour that cedar wood will impart upon your shoe either, the leather inside it. The only way I would recommend these, and I do own a few pairs myself, because if you have a large shoe collection, and you will tend to have summer shoes and winter shoes. Now, my summer shoes, all leather soles and all that sort of thing, I put them away into storage during the winter time. Now, they don't necessarily need to have the wooden shoe trees within them. In a perfect world, if I had unlimited funds, I'd have a lovely pair of cedar wood shoe trees for every pair of shoes I own. I simply don't have that. I don't live in a perfect world. So I have some of these plastic ones, which I put into shoes which are fully dry, that I intend to store in a box over the winter period. All these do is keep the shoe in its original shape. They're not doing any of the drying and the wicking away process, but in a pinch, I do use these in the winter time just because I don't have enough cedar wood shoe trees to tide me over amongst all my shoes. Now, a halfway house to using cedar is to use something like this. This is a pair of beech shoe trees. Beechwood, it doesn't have the same aromatic quality that cedar wood does. It is a similar wicking process, but they're cheaper. So I do have a number of pairs of these Beechwood ones. They keep the shoe in shape. They, to a degree, provide that wicking quality which the cedar has, but they don't impart any of the pleasant aromatic odours that cedar wood does either. But again, if you have only a limited amount of funds and you want to have some shoe trees for all of your shoes, Beechwood is a good way to go. I'll leave a link to some of these, which I source quite cheaply from Amazon, in the description box below. So when is the best time to apply those shoe trees to your shoes? Well, undoubtedly, it's immediately after you take them off, or at least as soon as you can afterwards. That's when your shoe is likely to be the most damp or wet inside as a result of your perspiration. And as soon as you get that shoe tree in there, it'll help to maintain the overall shape of the shoe and immediately start wicking away that moisture, which is the enemy which causes, of course, the bacteria which causes odour within the shoe and breaks down that leather. So get that shoe tree in there as soon as you can. Let it dry naturally. Well, thanks for listening to this video up to this point. As a bit of a bonus tip, because you've stayed with me all this way, because I know shoe trees aren't necessarily the most exciting topic to talk about, I've got a tip for you. And that's this. Cedar shoe trees can, over a period of time, lose some of that wonderful aromatic quality which makes them such a prized product to have in your collection. And one way you can rejuvenate that lovely fragrance is to get some high grain sandpaper. This one is 120 grain, and you can just rub it over that cedar wood and it just releases a whole new level of fragrance, adds a lot more aromatic life to that pair of shoe trees you've got, and makes them perform to their absolute top degree when they're in your ownership. Because if you invest 20, 30 pounds, you want to get the best you can out of them. So don't go rubbing away furiously, because it'll remove too much of the wood. Just a light sanding over using a high grit sandpaper just like this will release some of that lovely fragrance and allow them to work their wonders when they're in your shoes. Well, I hope you found this video informative and you've taken something away from it. Hopefully your shoe trees will serve you well, provide wonderful aromatic fragrances inside your shoes and keep them dry and in perfect shape for many years to come. I look forward to seeing you in the next edition of the Chaps Guide, where we'll be talking about something self-improvement, style, or some other thing which will help you on your journey to chap nirvana. Until then, please stay safe, please look after yourselves, and I'll see you again very soon.